Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Padma Sadardo Ahum Banjarangara 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 Padma Sadardo Ahum Banjarangar Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banjarangar Padma Sadarda ahum banjarangara 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 Padma Sadardo 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 Ahum Banzaranger Padma Sadardo Ahom 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 Banzaranger Padma Sadardo padmasadarsha ahum banjarangara 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 padmasadarsha ahum banjarang Banjarangar Padmasadarda Ahom Banjarangar Padmasadarda Ahom Banjarangar Padmasadarda Ahom Banjarangar Padmasadarda Ahom Banjarangar Padma Sadarda Ahum Banjarangara 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 Padma Sadarda Ahum banjaran gara padma sadardo ahum banjaran gara padma sadardo
Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Mahan Zambaba Hum Balazoha Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Mahan Zambaba Hum Balazoha Om Sambara Sambara Bhamana Sara Mahan Zambaba Hum Balazoha Nam da ram jana nan da ba ja shi bjig ji jana bjig ba ya san de ju da gim da nan ba ba zo gan la bjig sa da da ja ja shi jo de me ja da bo sa la ta nan dun ju gon shan ba jian hua le ge zha hua le tan ba gan la gong ba ja chi re zhe ba jian nan han bo ru ta ren ba sa la zha hua le tan na sim chen nan tan chen la gong zhe ba hua le ye cha men za da ba Sarava Jahwala Tim Sansaman to Bim Jashi Hualim Pilava Devara Shagapa Jala Shagam Zadalon Janwala Jana Wardana Durjim Zanam Sherry Zawa Gombo Shamba Huala Saye Nyambo Jabanam Beresalanam Ki Nyambo Pagam Chaga Gandab Zan Apala Durji Parkarala Shantam Norva Dava Rajanya Maya Sham Sanan Laganam Jashi Huadajim Chogop Shan Senhua, Jelab, Shagam Sador, and Chenet, Digam Chagam, Jashi, Sergeniam, Dom John, Wamzan, yet on Kamala, and Chagatonto, Panso, Qualabi, Man, Jelam Sana, Wam Jerum, Corridor, Stair, and Chenet, Takam Chag, Jeb, Shagam San and Janam Shotim, Jerva, Chocha, Jeep, Jedama, Garsong, or Jambi, Qualabi, the verb, Jashi, Hamo, Jelab, Shagam Salado, Samba, Chimbo, Dim John, Tim, made the Murton. Yelam Korashon Pagachi Botan Lawan Mabzan and Tuti de Larzim Korlo Tantashalat Donton Durji Chenan Bawan Rajan Churtin Jantanam Zanas Hasamanis Galer of Jashi Pidin Jistin Jonwa Gelab Sham Salalo Dachagatamdar Shawa Sumba Gatani Varseva Kanajan Dotun Walim Hill Samtun Yevjanam Jashi Dela Pansam Sobera Shanakan the Lami of Jelencho Rurmojan and Chajalazin Abza so Jibji Jalavi Mulam Leave Shonvi Kanamzan Chulab Chen James Jerje Namora Najaya Namo Bangawatim Banzar Sara Jamradan Tatangataya Arahate Samyak Sambadaya Talayata Banzir Banzir Maham Banzir Mahatin Zambanzir Mahabaya Banzir Mahabota Satan Banzir Mahabota Mantupa Santraman Banzir Sarvakarma Waran Bishudanam Banzir Suhana Morana Jaya Namo Bangawatim Banzir Sara Jamradan Tatangataya Arahate Samyak Sambadaya Talayata Banzir Banzir Maham Banzir Mahatin Zambanzir Mahabaya Banzir Mahabota Satan Banzir Mahabota Mantupa Santraman Banzir Sarvakarma Waran Bishudanam Banzir Suhana Morana Jaya Namo Bangawatim Banzir Sara Jamradan Tatangataya Banzir Banzir Maham Banzir Mahatin Zambanzir Mahabaya Banzir Mahabota Satan Banzir Mahabota Mantupa Santraman Banzir Sarvakarma Waran Bishudanam Banzir Malisim Janan Kananje Gonam Chiraja Dalade Hom Chimam Zadam Jum Zadala Gonam Malim Chubjanam Chinan Jirapa Chumadanam Kurim Jimim Dar Shalze Datam Rolam Tim Shir Yella Jedzam Cheram Tayin Chutam Chula Bab Dagab Jedapa Tehtatam Chumadan Shizulum Bagbam Jam Hola Junara Jerbala Sham Zalay Chanya the Satagam Shabji, Jitanana, Disama Shabama, Songikan, Dake Male, Tagatam Chedala, Letang, Ariela Tamib Shabjo, Zambu Jurba Mulam of Dake, Jaravatam Jadaya Jem, Samanda, Janga, the Nila later Matapai, Jaravakan, Rapta Shamsalolo, Dirchitana, the Nila Sarje, Lama, Sarje, Tije, Winab Zipata, Peter Chuja, Namamalepa, Tamjada, Jaravata, Gamvaremo. Tetakam Gapa, Mazala Jamso, Nama, Yanji, and Laga Jamsu, Dekanji, Jarava Kanji, Yundana Rabjuda Jam, they were Shakpa, Tamjada, the cave to Metoko Damba, Jawa, Damba, Salanyan, Dam Shipa, Dim Chotam. Chotang of the put and by Jarva, de Tagalanam Chopurj, Nabza, Dambanam, Dam, Chodam, Shima, Paramara, Rebanian Batam, Korepa, Chalapara, Parapam, Chokan and G, Jarva, de Tagalanam Chopurj, Chulbagan, Lamila Jachiva, de Tagajava, Tamchadalayam, Zambo, Shula, Talaput of Taraki, Jarva, can love Sham Sadam Chopur. Dola Chagazir Dante Wangina, Litang, Don Division, Yachija, Digapa, Daki, Jipam, Chimchipa, Teta, Tamjada, Daki, Sosurupsha, Shokji, Jarava, and dance on Gigi, Ranjidanam, Dom, Love, Joy can Jim Sunam and Ganlayan, Data can Gis up the Yera. Ganam Shop Jim Jitin, Germanam, Shanchaberin, Beresanji, Machavni, Gombo, Data of Daki, Tamchadalam, Korolo, Lana, Mirpam, Kororkad, Yang and that to Nagamja, Data Lam, Joy can lap and Jean, they were Karpa Janga, the Nilab Jiparayam, the game, Talamor of Jeras over What down to John Shabata, Jesus, Ram Kalajan Survey, Giva Johnsala Daki, Chapsarapa, Tamcha the game, Shanchibim Janab Zipa, Sanji, Jum, Dandim, Tamchada, Sapchala, Nipop, Shanchib, Senhua, Chimbonam, Lama, Durjim, Zamba, Chimbonam, Daglar Gonso, Solom, Shanchib, Nyamburam, Jiji, Wara, Sanji, Namla, Chapsunch. Chudam Shanchib, same quiet, Sola, Aunt Division of Jabsunch. Shanchib and Yampurum Chichi, Vara, Sanji, Namla, Jabsunch. Chudam Shanchib, same quiet, Sola, Aunt Division of Jabsunch. Shanchib and Yampurum Chichi, Vara. Chudam Shanchib, same quiet, Sola, Aunt Division of Jabsunch. One jib, they share a deep, Shanchibatin, Jebata, Shanchib, same queen, Lapala, Teta, Ramjanani, Pater, Division and Rola, Pandunda, Shanchib, same name, Jim Jason, Division and the Nam Lapala, and Babs and them Laparvia. Chatter one jib, they share a deep, Shanchibatin, Jepatam, Shanchib, same queen, Lapala, Teta, Ramjanani, Pater. Division and Dola, Pandunda, Shanchib, Sim, Jeb Jason, Division and the Nam Lapala, and Babs and the Laparvia. Chatter one jib, they share a jib, Shanchibatin, Jepatam, Shanchib, same queen, Lapala, Teta, Ramjanani, Pater. Division and Dola, Pandunda, Shanchib, Sim, Jeb Jason, Division and the Nam Lapala, and Babs and the Laparvia. Dartim Diva, you the May to the Balag Baratub. There are Sardi research, Sardi is a Tajerato. Tanab the kitchen, Nature, Ritam, Tambule, Samande, Jumel and Samburim Dada, Yaparam and Jerate Tripsha, Long Eve Shelter, Pambuli, Jeter in Chin and Yelpatar, Tips and a Jersey Tartini. Simna of the Larchi. Ducky thereafter, but I'm to the Jeff, Shangaram, do up 的是个年当呢，玩的的蓝中的我只能接，他当他们来是我个为的急，上去不sem求人不起，马几班那么些节日去，几百年半没不了样。讲你讲灯配我的说，上去不sem当门着的上，上去不说来不说的白当，上去南京用上上，的街里那么放不的说，上去不sem话南京呢，就都能听来讲这不说。也能讲讲吧，sem着那南啦，对不着说。ngân ru tham chật tắc tắc tông var shop shang chep sen khoa kang tak sarb jige pa te tak kan je mo lam je par shoi o ma hon je de chen bar wa wang go pop chang da de tong su su to pa yi shir ka ma cha de den ba me ram jen ni dur je nya ma na wa chim bu khwal chur ka na wam thai dur ji chum ji te na wam si the ji ji cha zi par ma jer bong khul ni nga wam jer na je zan na wan chen he ra ka sang wa ye shi ban der wa ra ha dim jong do bu jer bu de chen de re man le jer gi yem tho ri che de man cha tam ja de wam si de tong kar wam zal dur ji hwa wa da ki so na tong nyen ba chim bu nga nya da dur ji ka yi kar chi ta sama yo am ga ma le song ga je ji kham sam ga wa zara mar pong khon di yong la che ba de ji tang che de yo shang da per shi dur ji cha ba chim bu ti ji na na nyen ngo dum dur kim chok to do ja dur ji cha che ja ba chim bu yi na cha de wa chim bu ro dum shi le pa thai jem cha da va ro kar cha nan tar ji ko ma shi wa jam shi pa ram jam sa sama wang gal ha zo la gi bi zu man de su shin ji lo cho ta na ngo dum dur ge wa ta to mi le wang de shi ba ju zo lo ma hu shi de chen ba ba wang ga phop tang de tong so sur to pe yi shir ka ma cha de de nan ba mi ram jan ni dur ji nya ma na wa chim bo khan chur ka na wan dai dur ji ju ji te na wam ji ti ji ji cha zi Kunding a wam jer na zan na wan chen he ga sang wa ye shi ban der wa ra dem chong do pa jer po de chen ter ma li jer gi yam chog ru she da ma chog tam shag je wam shi de tong kar wam zal dur ji khwa Marbon Kondi on la cheba de je tam che de shan de peripsi durji chak ban chim bu ti ji na nam ni ngo dum dar kim chok to lo ja durji chak che chak ban chim bu yi na ta de wa chim bu dum she de ban thai yam da da va ro kar jan han dar je kon wa she wa jam je ram jam sa sam wang gal ha zo la ki bi sur mam de su shin ji lo chok ta ngo dum dar ge khwa ta to mi de wang de she bu ngo ju so lo ma ho she de chen ba wa wang ge pop chang de be tong so sur to ba ye shir ka na cha de den ba mi ram jan ni dur ji nya ma na wa chim bu khan chur ke na wam thai dur ji chum ji te na wam ji thi ji ji cha zi pa la ma jer bom khom ding a wam jer na ta za na wan chen he ra ka sa wa ye shi ban dar wa ra dem chong do pa jer po de chen te re ma le jer gi yem tho ri shi de ma cho tam ja de wam shi de ta kar wam za dur ji khwa wa da ki so na tom nyem ba chim bu nga nya da dur ji ka ye ka ji cha sa ma yo ngak man song ga ja ji kham sam ga wa zar mar bom khon di yong la cha ba cha ji tam cha de yo shang da per shi le dur ji cha ba chim bu ti ji na na ni ngo dum dar kim so to do ja dur ji cha cha ba chim bu yi na ta de wa chim bu ro dum shi le ba thai jam cha da va ro kar ja na dar ji ko wa shi wa jam ji ki bi zur man de su shin ji lo cho ta na ngo dum dar ge khwa ta da to mi de wan de shi le ba ngo ju so lo orjana yerje na shan sama padma ke sara dom bola yam sanam choka ngo de ni padma joni je sa tram kortan kan ro mam bo kor cheli ji sa abdag de ji shin ji olof shir shag solo gar padma sad de hoy chal bangaram sam jala dam jabrin jin chim bo jad shansam ni we pri jada da de shin gwab jal ha sola sarwan de sub shin ji lo bisha na sa we war cha solo sam ba yeb shin de ba dam cho dan than mo mo ju sun chal bangaram sam jada dam jabrin jin chim bo jad shansam ni we pri jada de shin gwab jal ha sola sarwan de sub shin ji lo bisha na sa we war cha solo sam ba yeb shin de ba dam cho dan than mo mo ju sun chal bangaram sam jada dam jabrin jin chim bo jad shansam ni we pri jada de shin gwab jal ha sola sarwan de sub shin ji lo bisha na sa we war cha solo 的白当脚当他们，我知不知道这的本个人参加当这白人进清不觉得像什么因为比觉得这新国家他走了，所以的不新街路不是那上面玩车子，三百一人的白当脚当他们，我知不知道这本个人参加当。像什么因为比较大，这新国家他走了，所以的不新街路，是那上面玩车子了，三百一人的白当脚当他们，我知不知道这的本个人参加当这白人进清不觉得像什么因为。觉得这新国家他走了，所有的不新街路不是那上面玩车子，三百也不是这白当桥当他们，我就是了，这本个人参加的，这白人进钱不觉得像什么因为不觉得这新国家他走了，所有的不新街路不是那上面玩车子，三百也不是这白当桥当他们，我就是了，这本个人参加的，这白人进钱不觉得像什么因为不觉得这新国家他走了，所有的不新街路不是那上面玩车子。三百一人这白当，吃当他们这个说了，见了多了讲，说完的本天，这个时候讲的你不是小事，那当个的碰他不是的热瓦当，去当这心皮儿咋了都说了，见面了东北你当点中个闹，给面了总结见面吃的，让的那。南克人就真的演奏为人前的唱着白了年的味道，顿半聪明的小姐上给那谁的姐，那个真能参到会是了的。什么时候都是觉得装些个些个也是不能，些个家乐家乡，些个有那娘们些个得谁同子了，那么谁的姐的得是觉得花的白的哇，也是我是的这位快阳前不你我谁觉得你的那这个错，拍个错点错，可是这样可是上，真把咱这这人他你的。nam cho da de wa che khwa la su lu wa step ganam di ben dag ni la chim bor sal nyan jin chim bo so da ni mi jam zon mo la men chim bo ngab ja tab par kar taram ngag sam tu shir mer da go shtom ba te ji jan la shigam salalo dag jana go sama ge so lom shir ji kanam zam chur ba chen da me ne bal thog mer ne bsa de ton ma li ba 냐님 저르바 저거 소소르브샤가 파가당 소소 지워르게와나 띠스름 사글라 지스 예랑고 잡장 자치 추짐 코르로 사람 쇼브지르 게나맘 찰바람 고르다솔 초나 남카스타비 예시르크 띠스름 봄지르메 파랍지가 모라지 다답시 남고르 젠지가 차르트는 장 저르바즈르크 타가타 나와람 조담 다케 띠스름 사가파게 저거짐 과제번조 갈라 판하라다 jalabo takpar nipshana jan chuje jalaba kwampang topar shog dagchaga hingme ro am go mil nama tiji takpar zongwa kwachana le janda dem dar ren china nam saman je nawam che nyal che jin chen nim nyal debshar jam chog chomi le chipar yil chi tar be nyang nim sol de bana ngonje tam je chin bu ma nyal war shang che ba war tiji jim zanam zodam zanam jirbada zam li bajan jir tum birkul li yashij wazrna zagb nawa chimbo dagdang simchin tamchadaji raba tamchalam sarajan tagba chimbo lamje yondan sadab janda jidi sharmar dagb sanum baram samlam lama tumba chumdan di tibsna shagbada chumba yang dagbar zauba sanji war jerab shagjan tabanam shagim salalom chutur chapsam chawam lama tumba chumdan di tibsna shagbada chumba yang dagbar zauba sanji war jerab shagjan tabanam shagim salalom chutur chapsam chawam lama tumba chumdan di tibsna shagbada chumba yang dagbar zauba sanji war jerab shagjan tabanam shagim salalom chutur chapsam chawam lama lam tum ba chum dan di ti jin shag ba da chum ba yang da ba zo pa sar jin kwar jiram sa jan ta ba na shagim salam chu tur kyap sam chu lam ti jin shag ba da chum ba yang da ba zo pa sar jin kwar jiram sa jan ta ba la shagim salam chu tur kyap sam chu lam tum ba chum dan di ti jin shag ba da chum ba yang da ba zo pa sar jin kwar jiram sa jan ta ba la shagim salam chu tur kyap sam chu lam tum ba chum dan di ti jin shag ba da chum ba yang da ba zo pa sar jin kwar jiram sa jan ta ba la shagim salam chu tur kyap sam chu om taliya ta om mani mani mahamanai zo 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 ha om mani mani mahamanai zo om mani mani mahamanai mani mani mahamanai zo mani mani mahamanai zo mani mani mahamanai zo mani mani mahamanai zo hai devara shagpa chirka chimda dam korta gatsin satan shankamanda chirjem sam chagab zambu chinda wa tendram konaram dagsa jirvara sho nami sarvata thangata bayom bukho makhangbe sarvata khangade saparana man ganga na kanso hai jem do to na kanjam ram lam tho chi risam ba mi jim cha da san chen ya no ro ram da kwa dur pho ni ram jem solam cha to sam da than cha ban zo jem do to na kanjam ram lam tho chi risam ba mi jim cha da san chen ya no ro ram da kwa dur pho ni ram jem solam cha to sam da than cha ban zo jem do to na kanjam ram lam tho chi risam ba mi jim cha da san chen ya Lord dan da kwa dur pho ni ram jim solom cho to sam to han ja bem zo de ho gan da samo ye shi ju bu sa la yang ji je mo e kan za zhe ma ye shi le dam ji tin ma mo som solom cho tom cho mim chen nim zo ho gan da samo ye shi ju bu sa la yang ji je mo e kan za zhe ma ye shi le dam ji tin ma mo som solom cho tom cho mim chen nim zo ho gan da samo ye shi ju bu sa la yang ji je mo e kan za zhe ma ye shi le dam ji tin ma mo som solom cho tom cho mim chen lim zo de she zhang zhong qian ji qin bu re ha la zhe ban nam ji de dong mon che zhe dong za dang jie ge de zhe ban di ji ren qin so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo she zhang zhong qian ji qin bu re ha la zhe ban nam ji de dong mon che zhe dong za dang jie ge de zhe ban di ji ren qin so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo she zhang zhong qian ji qin bu re ha la zhe ban nam ji de dong mon che zhe dong zhe ban di ji ren qin so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo de ho dam chen che wo qin bu tu lim sa ye de da mam zang gang po ni cho kap che la sam jia zhi ji cho dang ji so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo hoan dam chen che wo qin bu tu lim sa dam ye de da mam zang gang po ni cho kap che la sam jia zhi ji cho dang ji so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo hoan dam chen che wo qin bu tu lim sa dam ye de da mam zang gang po ni cho kap che la sam jia zhi ji cho dang ji so lom che tom che mim chen lim zo de she ba ma wang ge guan nian nam to wo qi qie zhen de ge bu ye bo yang de wei re ze mer bo guan kuo ram zhe ban jin so dong che dong zhe mim chen lim zhen she ba ma wang ge guan nian nam to wo qi qie zhen de ge bu ye bo yang le wei re ze mer bo guan kuo ram zhe ban jin so dong che dong zhe mim chen lim zhen she ba ma wang ge guan nian nam to wo qi qie zhen de ge bu ye bo yang le wei re ze mer bo guan kuo ram zhe ban jin so dong che dong zhe mim chen lim zhen刚是个人了，站把咱即将都得不，我这问的不然咋办呀？秋中也不是呢，天南门前大刚三顿马里，你人这边做的，俺可人的去跟，嘎达里本啊，让大门个也是我的眼long。 Варданам джамбу дурджиланам ба Штепчи ебжинам нурвенеда Карахсалам зимзамам банджадая чин чумчеда Шагдир алджалегваманам Жабхни теледжон олазирим мидым чо Рахнан тагып денда лам мир салай Чин рыво штерни жанкам Chinero sermi jang kama chen jam huale tian ye shan le ye de la shman ji me de ban zoi jabla Dever gone, get there, store, by Povar, Shin, a need chinner, Sterni, Jean, come, Jabala Sorva Deber gone get there stop I'm povar Shen Olobam Tarna Blama Olni Tilir Jerang Shawani Janya Wintam Yadakana Yeshi Sim Dim Lamada Kalawam Yambum Shenlab Toba Parasama Tam lama da jame de chujin wala long shid chang sada lam ji yun de rab zo ne durjim jang gwam ba nyur tho bu shoy chum dam dim bum bum jam khol ga yang la shagam salalo ganga lo ju jam ye jam tar nya tar nam ta rap sa da vi jam ye la dong kan jam jam zip shir ni de ji te kar la wa min zan gong da ga chap za ra ma ri nam tan de na la ji za ra wa do tsog kan la va chi tar si yan la ji ji ga yang dan som ji tar che zog nya mo nya lo le ji chog zog dum za da ja ma re man sa la dim nga da nya ka chim ni la chum za da ra cha na nam don ni ta chang sa chim thar su na yun da le zog je chi tha wosh ka cha cha ga cha tam chim ni jem chi da ga lu man sa lam jam khola ga yang la da da ara pa cha na da ara pa cha na da ara patanada 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 Arapatanada, 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 Sedanan, Kirjim, Keraba, Olazarajim, Dagmlosh, the member of Salani, Kadam, them to Jean Le Topayam, no true, Papa, Nawa, Jelata, Solo.
현재 전bor들은 육미죠. 돈을 모는 전bor가 되었다. 그러 다른 건 전도 실물도 돈바드 제잔라 기점들 돈도 그런 전념범 그러 용도 건속가 비체서 돈이 냠보레 비남저바 혼저람저서 기점들 아버지 김제를 녀나저 건도 좀볼 남들 Tibjijaram Trilidum Zabanja, Namijalam Gusham Sar, Tinilai Wambo, Tinilai Wambo, Regarver Dardu Jun, Jumdun de, Division Shopard, Jumbayan, Dobrzoba Sanji Manji Jarbo, Kalavar Terra, Sonte Chimbana, Jumdun de Jalam Gusham Sate Chokchu, Don Doko, Chokchu Don Dunikan. Regarver dagdi ji chumden de te jang soba manji jar bolander ke che sordo chumden de chujim choba jivi chujim choba de kan lak chumden de tip kap sarva rigjiva chujim choba kan de jang sobe sombo dor de zapmo zammo nawa jitin tam chitang mamtamba stobr kava ngombr kava kondo chipr kava cha va je pa magmugba changchip san werde no kandi no doktoba Kosondan do de gerbu shigje taba shirmar do ben korlor ton ba paror do shimba chigle shwa zamba nam yon z zon janchi ji chodi chudan dan ba chanji ji yang lo jibro to ba semchen la nyarji chimbon ji ba chamba chimbor ton ba de ji ta ba yerwa tham ji de me ba do tin jam jerum jong tam ba da me ba semchen me ba chok me ba kan zo me ba ton ba ni sama me ba mon ba me ba mon brando shi Ngombrando Mepsipa Martipa, Mamjawada Damba Shanchiji, Number Java Chujin Korlorap to Koral Hadan, Ladan, Nojandan, Chazatan, Hamayan, Namkar, Mugamche, Toshi Chimung, Bornam Girap, Tojan, Nobadam Chuji, Rigin, Mocho, Chujim Zon, Zamba, Chujim Jobim Jo, 日版拍拍节我他们自己用这种话，像就生活说吧，他们这样都不是短吧，样都比短期去说样都不是把烂几把去进多，去进多嘛到吧，等会儿吧，等没把到。等没把当希望你不能中华当是那讲当自种吃了当，农村讲当来了当，经你把当些人吃了当，些人家把工啊当，培育过了当，打俺把当木把了，我不是先把他们这当了些吧。上节他们自己多的班，可是说的年不年连的比的话样都不是多把的，大兵多的刚样都不是多把，长啊当苏州多把当当比去。的把的去进去把就效果，这个地方像去进去把呢，去刚来就是你把先把，除了去人的难等些把，等着这人中当吞把，他打把他们是当扎着把，地方没把中啊没把拉做把，这个没把，甚至没把烂这个把，就当见到门口啊当，他把没把做把没把挨呀没把挨呀。俺人怎么当这着吧？蹲了蹲去，这拉么蹲？一些拉蹲去，那不是把拉么蹲？你别蹲进多的拉蹲去，这样一蹲去，跟着我们把拉马进，我们把马进把去年拉蹲去，跟着的打吧，我们不能怎么把拉我们把马进把上几去年知道真的空的吃的把，跟着没不人就把，跟着样到不人就把，马这个把那不是就完呢。Ergashi mnyangandang, menngandong batang, dingharwatang, yidmuvdewatang, chikbiwatang, Nambri zhizhang tirtir tenjam zhirin zhungwa yang lopchang ni landar tarti, semchen lar tawa azad ma shibar, ngumbrib zhibi, ngumbrib zhiba, Rtawar namla martawa na, rigdiyo lana mebe chukim chuba zhivshawo, lhi wangbo tirtir, Rgyarwar dagdig te, chondan de tevzhang shabar manji gyarbo te le, chukim chuba tirtawa toba jisam tamba chukib zoba tobo, Gudang yen che tokbar nama chumdan de tela par ne tsiganda rka chi me so chumdan de tevzhang shakba yongsam nyang len de kyang tambi chu yongsa zongwa dang tambi chu lam chu bab jibi la tab dag tambi chu yongsa chungwar chogo chumdan de chirtar tab kab datang chir gorwar nam chunne chumdan de tambi chu yongsan zambar ngerwa ter tar da tevzhang shakba shingi la tab sor tevzhang shakba te sambam kenne Shimi digi tse na gang tambe chuji zhongkir zhongxiang, tambe chuji zhongkir zhongxiang, zhongwa dang, tambe chuji zhongkir zhongxiang, zhongwa. Yongsan zambar gyarwa longton do lai wangbo teni da gyarwa dagdig te vizhino shagba te zhig vizhin do tabi kimne ba rabdo shiong te gibi chola zonji zamne aneso Ter zonji zamjang gibi chola rabda ne rambo malombar ngombar shibar nga ke te zon nambar tokba kongda chepar kyerdo ter pobar dimman chaba to bebjamdan te tevjang shab manji gyarbo yongzam nyangan len de nyam ngombar shiba dang zonji topji chondan de tevjang shabar manji gyarbo te chukin korlo rabda kuro vijanda varki karab ji varda ganji sa kordo le wombo ter tardo gerlong dagdik Tambi chu yongsu zongwa lam ngombru zombe semchen shiwa chag chug lana me bayang dokbar shangchil le shirmar dokbar kyer do chog chag chag chug chag chag chana chana chag 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 chug chana chag nyantu dam chag nyantu dam rangsan jiji thakbar rabdab tardo semchen samme par namnam thori sir kyer thori Lei wangbo di tse, di tena yang ranchang tikjib shagang kurlo gerwa, gyarpur gerwa te jan yembar nyamdan zanna, lei wangbo kyuki tertar maftago te jibshir jena, ranchan gomcho tevzhan shaba di tse na, di na, ranchang tikjib shagang kurlo gerwa gerdo, gyarpo ranchan otik di war tong yo ba te tagna, tartar jib karab zambu shangchil san huan dataga yen te, shangchil san huan. Dr. Yende Kara Zambo Ndala Sanjir Tong Samra Jirdo, Devjana Sanji Lokpar Tatsir La Soba Ngundo Shongwa Lagma Namjam Jongra Jirdo, Koranjig La Soba Namzat Tukavard Sanjir Namzat La Tukavard Te Tamana Devjan Soba Namzat Jivshavram Jong Namzat Guangmi Guangxian Hei wangbo di zena di dina zhongdan de de rong shabar manji gyarbo tamba chu zongwa tang gyarbo dagdik jibshawe de zhan yenba nyamda kyo ki ter tar mafta wo de jibshir zena Hei wangpo di tse di na gyaro dakdik jib shawar gyardo nga di tse na gyaro dakdik jib shawar gyardo hei wangpo namrang di gyangdar tar rikbar sharte hei wangpo jirtana teb shang shaba namlam chopa na chopa na nam chu jim chopa nam chok yonom chok dang tamba dang chok rab dang kya nomba dang lama dang lana me pa wol hei wangpo der tawe na nga la zanzangam cho mamchot par chujim cho pa chujim cho pem cho chu ngala zanzangam tartang mapshi chujim tartang di rimro rimor kishu
Today's class is on the Vimalkirti Sutra, and today we will then get into the second half of this particular chapter, and then next class will be on the 27th. The 26th, which is the Monday, is in fact the protectors day. Over here, protectors celebration over here in Larangar. So we have no class on the 26th, which is the Monday, and then we'll move our last class on the Vimalkirti Sutra on the 27th. That is the Tuesday. Is that right? Am I right?
Okay. Now,
in fact, we will finish Vimalkirti Sutra next week, and we'll have in total 66 classes, which is quite an auspicious number for Chinese. And the ornaments of Mahayana Sutra was 111 classes in total, and Lotus Sutra was 201. And the Nongjo, or Words of My Perfect Teacher class, was 144 classes, and 4, as you know, means death in Chinese language. But it's good that I'm still alive and you're still alive and listening. How about Lotus Sutra? The Lotus Sutra. Anyone? 63? Quite similar to this one. This one's 66 and the other one's 63 classes in total. Okay. How about Suragama Sutra? So let's continue. The second half of this chapter is the chapter on Dharma offering. And in this chapter, previously we've already studied that Indra came to the Buddha and started talking about the merit of Dharma offering. And he would protect and bless the ones who would make Dharma offering. And over here, Also, he talked about the medicine King Tathagata, where the moon canopy prince went to ask about medicine King Tathagata, to ask about the merit or how to make offering of the Dharma. As you know, moon canopy is the son of the universal monarch, jewel canopy. And the jewel canopy, the universal monarch made offering to the Tathagatas for 5 kalpas and asked his sons to do the same. Out of the 1,000 sons of universal monarch jewel canopy, moon canopy sat alone and started thinking, might there be some offering that would be exceeding even the wealth offering to the Tathagatas? And because of the Buddha's luminous power, then a celestial being's voice was heard from the space and started saying that a good man, the offering of the Dharma surpasses all the other offerings. And if you would want to know what Dharma offering is, you should go to the medicine King Tathagata, and he would explain to you what Dharma assembly is, what Dharma offering is. So Prince Moon Canopy went to medicine Tathagata, and he first bowed to the feet of medicine King Buddha and stood to one side and addressed to the Buddha, saying that, world-honored one, of all the offerings, offering of the Dharma are superior. What are offerings of the Dharma then? So what is it? Could you explain to me? Some people probably don't know what Dharma offering is either. People know what offering is, but what is Dharma offering? Out of all the offerings, the Dharma offering is the most superior. So the moon canopy prince went to the medicine King Tathagata and asked him this question. And then the Buddha, medicine king, said, good man, offering of the Dharma are those made to the profound sutras explained by the Buddha. In fact, the Buddhas of 3 times who expounded the profound sutras, the Mahayana sutras, the sutras that taught the ultimate truth. Such kind of offering are the offering of the Dharma. And in all the worlds, these kind of teachings or this kind of Dharma teachings are difficult to believe in and difficult to accept. At first, for worldly beings, the Mahayana teachings are very difficult to believe in. There are two types of people who believe in the Mahayana Sutra. Either the person is very stupid because they're very gullible, or it is for the kind of audience who are extremely smart with lots of wisdom, so that through their wisdom they will believe in the Mahayana Sutra. In fact, there are people who believe, but they have a difficulty to accept. They encounter difficulty to completely accept such teachings in their hearts and minds. Sometimes we see that there are people who have great belief in the Mahayana teaching, but they have a hard time to practice and completely accept it wholeheartedly. And even if you can practice it, then the teaching of Mahayana are subtle and difficult to see. There are people who have faith and who practice often, but can they then enter the subtle and profound realization? Then it is very difficult, because there are people who practice for a decade or 2, they still do not receive such kind of realization.
那这样的话，那就是这种这个大乘的这个佛法，那就是实际上是
In fact, such kind of Mahayana teaching
修行和思维
surpassed
就是修行和
the
思维
ordinary
因此呢，就是它是非
thinking, the
常
ordinary
以
discriminative
世相为主
thoughts
的这个
and
清净
practice
无染
of
就是清
normal
净无染
of mundane
它
beings.
呢就是
And such teaching is pure and without defilement. They cannot be attained with only discriminative thinking. Unlike how the mundane beings would use some logic and some discriminative thinkings, and then they continuously to think, to research and contemplate, and just through these, mundane beings cannot attain such profound teachings. According to Kumar Jiva, he said that the wisdom can be attained through samadhi, but not through discriminative thinking. So, in order to receive the Mahayana teaching, you have to practice meditation often, so that you can calm your mind, and when you develop wisdom through such a way, you'll be able to enter into the profound ocean of Mahayana wisdom. Another way of receiving such profound teaching is through the blessings of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You will be able to receive such profound teaching. Or if you have great devotion, according to Uttara Tantra Shastra, it also says that you can attain the realization of ultimate truth through devotion solely as well. Other than that, other than the previously stated methods, it's very difficult to attain such wisdom. There are so many Western and Eastern scholars who have studied the emptiness as well as Buddha nature aspect of Buddhism, but they cannot attain any further understanding of these, even after studying these kind of subjects for a decade or two. Why is that? It is because that even though they've spent lots of time in terms of their research and study, but they don't really have a sense of devotion and belief. Therefore, their research and study cannot really break that barrier and that boundary. Though they visited many temples, monasteries, and so on, did many research, but without devotion and without samadhi, they won't be able to attain such wisdom. And they're contained in the storehouse of the Dharma of the Bodhisattvas. In fact, such kind of storehouse or treasure trove of Dharma is not the state that could be realized from or of the mundane beings. Rather, it is of the Bodhisattvas. They're sealed by the seal of Dharani and eloquence and so on. Just as once you seal a document, you can't change it anymore. So it is sealed by the seal of Dharani. Through the Vajra words of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then you'll be able to. So that is the great Dharma. Just look at the Heart Sutra. Why is it so well known and so popular the whole worldwide? It is because that it is sealed by the Dharani of Bodhisattvas and Buddhas. And once they take to the stages of non-retrogression, non-retrogression, yesterday, that child also cried out, but once you took that child to the door, the child stopped crying. So, same as yesterday. Maybe the mother stayed by the door just in case if the child cries. So, to take one to the stage of non-retrogression, because such kind of dharani is such kind of dharma would take you to the non-retrogression and to the accomplishment of 6 perfections, the 6 paramitas, the generosity, precepts, samadhi, wisdom, and so on. The punctuation over here in Chinese language is rather very. It's actually very weird. I think the person who did the punctuation must have made mistakes without carefully going through the whole content. They discriminate the meaning, the good meanings. So the Dharma has such kind of ability. The kind of teachings that you receive, such as finance and economics, could probably then increase some of the desire in your mind. But the Mahayana teaching, in fact, could help you to gain such which could gain such a discriminative ability to discriminate the good meanings, and they accord with the Dharma of Bodhi. They are supreme among the host of sutras and induct one into great sympathy and compassion. They transcend the affairs of a host of Maras and various heterodox views. So after studying Mahayana teaching, then the heart of compassion would naturally increase, and the various heterodox views would naturally decrease. If you have solid wisdom, if you have the stability of wisdom, then such kind of power will be able to transcend and will be able to subjugate various hosts of Maras and heterodox views. According to a collection of Zen master Yung Jia, he said a person of unshakable wisdom can never be influenced by Maras. So Mahayana teaching asks us to then also go in accord with the Dharma of causes and conditions, because it doesn't go beyond this kind of does not go beyond the cause and conditions, the norms of cause and conditions. And they're without self, without person, without sentient being, without lifespan. They teach the 3 emancipations of emptiness, signlessness, wishlessness, and non-activation. In Tibetan text, it also talks about birthlessness as well as non-deceiving, and so on. According to Master Huiyuan or Master Kuiji, in one of their commentaries, it also stated that in the following part, the previous part talks about the characteristics of Mahayana teachings, and the next part then talks about the abilities or capacities of Mahayana Dharma. Today, the teaching is a little bit difficult. I hope you persist anyhow. And it over here talks about they are able to make sentient beings take their seat in the place of enlightenment and turn the wheel of the Dharma, just like Shakyamuni Buddha took his seat at the Vajra seat in India under the Bodhi tree and attained enlightenment. And turn the wheel of Dharma, some of the Buddhas or enlightened ones would turn the wheel of Dharma for 3 times, just like the Shakyamuni Buddha. And they're praised by all the gods, dragons, demonic spirits, such as Yakshas, and also Gandharvas and so on. When the Buddha turns the wheel of Dharma, of course, the gods, dragons, and yakshas and Gandharvas, as well as other beings who would naturally praise the Buddha. For a mundane being who turns the wheel of Dharma, then I think we should rejoice wholeheartedly and with a very pure heart. they're able to make sentient beings to enter the storehouse of Buddha Dharma. Over here, it talks about the doctrine. That is the Tripitaka and the 12 volumes of teachings. So those are the doctrines, Dharma doctrine is. And they accommodate all types of wisdom of worthiness and sages. Also, to attain the deep wisdom of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So that part talks about realization. So there are two types of teaching included in Buddha Dharma. That is then the doctrine and the realization. So the two aspects. Just as it is said, the Buddha gave two types of teachings. One is the doctrine, and doctrine can be attained through listening and contemplation. And the second one is realization. That can be attained through practice. This is quoted from Abhidharma. So, the true doctrine, or the propagation of true doctrine, is through giving teachings on the Dharma, as well as listening and contemplation on the Dharma. And then the realization aspect of Buddha Dharma could be attained through practice. So if you were to attain such realization, you would have to then engage in practice, just as how the previous masters carried out their life. I think people nowadays cannot really distinguish the truth, the Dharma, and the heterodox view. A doctor I know often say that I don't know, I can hardly discriminate the right from wrong. And then they explain the path, that is the 6 paramitas, as well as 10,000 of practices or actions practiced by the host of bodhisattvas. So we practice on the same path that was treaded by the host of bodhisattvas and great masters from the past, and they rely on the meaning of the true characteristic of the Dharma. Hinayana or Mahayana, in fact, the teaching is common on the emptiness as well as suffering, the truth of suffering. And impermanent suffering, emptiness, no self, and extinction. They are able to save all sentient beings who commit infractions. In other editions, Tibetan version, as well as the Xuanzang's version and the Qianlong Emperor's Tripitaka of this particular version, translated by Kumarajiva, it included those the 6 practices or actions that is a complete reverse of the 6 paramitas. Such as stinginess, that is then contrary to generosity, and so on. Commit infractions. What does that mean? It means those people who broke their vows. And it means that the Mahayana teaching can save all the sentient beings who've broken their vows before with great compassion. According to the Mind Mirror, it says that the 5 greatest sins, as well as the 5 greatest sins cannot be recovered in the Hinayana teaching, but in Mahayana teaching, you can then purify all of the previous sins by practicing Mahayana confession. And in Meditation on the Samattabhadra Sutra, it also said that for the kind of people who've broken their vows of the lay practitioner's vow, of the Pratimoksha vow, and the vows of shamanas and so on, then you can still practice accordingly to purify your previous previous misdeeds. Anyone aspiring to purify negative karma through confession should recite Mahayana Sutras with diligence, contemplate on the ultimate truth. So this is the method that is stated in the Meditation on Samattabhadra Sutra. What other capabilities it has or merit? The next one, it says that they can render afraid the maras, the heretics, and those attached to desire. For such kind of people, such as maras and heretics, and those mundane beings who have great attachment to desire, in fact, they are not afraid of anything else, but after chanting the Mahayana Sutra, studying the Mahayana Dharma, then they will feel afraid and generate renunciation from this world. They are praised by in fact, there are people who have great attachment to desire. They not only do not fear the suffering of samsara, they mistakenly take samsara as happiness. The other day, I met someone from outside, maybe outside. Do you understand what outside means? Maybe I mean the aliens. And I asked him, how do you feel about about living in this world? And he said, I think living in this world is very good. It's very happy. And I thought to myself, well, if there were a place that is truly very happy to live in, then why bother to aspire to reborn in samsara, in Pure Land? I could just move there instead of moving to Pure Land. But I think the way he said that is he did not understand the truth of suffering of samsara. According to the way of the Bodhisattva, it says that alas, indeed that living beings carried on the flood of bitter pain. However terrible their plight may be, do not perceive they suffer so. So maybe they feel very happy today, but when impermanence downs, and how would you feel? In fact, suffering doesn't have a single hair of happiness. Samsara doesn't have a single hair of happiness. And that's the teaching that gives by the Buddhas of the 3 times, not only by the medicine Buddha Tathagata. So all the Buddhas praise such kind of teaching. And until here, it talks about the ability or the capacity of Dharma, of Mahayana Dharma. So the next part, it talks about What is Dharma offering? From this part, it talks about what is Dharma offering by the Medicine King Buddha. And he said that one who hears such sutras such as Vimalakirti Sutra and so on, such kind of Mahayana Sutra, and if they can devoutly understand, accept, and maintains, reads, and recites them, will with power of skillful means explain them clearly and with discriminative understanding for sentient beings. You need this skillful means. Without such skillful means, you won't be able to then help the sentient beings. When some of our Sangha members first came to Larungar, they really want to turn the wheel of Dharma. They really want to give the teachings of the Dharma, but they don't have such ability yet. But after studying for a long period of time, they have such ability, they no longer wanting to turn the wheel of Dharma anymore. And there are the ones who, after having the ability and have the eagerness, but they cannot find disciples, and they also suffer because of that. And for the kind of people who then have the ability, who also practice well, and at that time, they feel that they don't want to turn the wheel of Dharma anymore because they really enjoy their own practice and they enjoy such quietude through the practice, and they don't want to go into big cities to turn the wheel of Dharma, and they don't want to retrogress from the path because of the chaos and all the kinds of busy big city chaos. In fact, if your area or your region needs some Dharma teachers, and there are people who told me many times that I really want to then become an abbot of this particular monastery that people offered to me. This is a place that they offered to me. Can I please go there and manage that center, and I will turn the wheel of Dharma? In fact, this is really not that easy. At the beginning, it seems easy, but to maintain a monastery is in fact not that easy at all. At first, maybe you take over this monastery for a while, and after a while, when you make some progress, and then people notice your such progression, they want to take over. Other people want to take it over. Khenpo told me that over here teaching field sutras and shastras, it doesn't feel like it's very difficult, but when I go outside, it's very difficult to gather people to listen to the teaching, and very difficult to then give even a few classes of teaching. People feel that as long as I'm healthy, I can give teachings whenever and however I want. So I have the 5 perfections. I can have all the followers that I need, all the students that I need. But this is really not as simple as you imagine it to be. Maybe you have the perfect teacher, but you don't have the perfect place. Even if you have the perfect place, it's very difficult to find the perfect subordinates. And even if you have the perfect subordinates, it's very difficult to find the perfect time because people need to go to work. That is very honest. In fact, this is how I feel whenever I go outside. Nowadays, I feel that whenever giving teachings over here is very easy. For 30 or 60 classes is not difficult, and we've already reached the 65th class. But when I go outside, it's so difficult. It's very difficult to even arrange for 5 or 6 classes. So sometimes the 5 perfections of listening to the Dharma can be very difficult to gather such perfect causes and conditions. Even sometimes when I give the teaching, when I even want to when I want to give the profound teachings, the students require me to give rather easy and simple teachings. So it's very important to have the power of skillful means. You need lots of causes and conditions. So for the new Dharma teachers, for the new Dharma teachers to be, if you do not study for 10 or 20 years at least, if you just become a Dharma teacher right away, as much as you're so eagerly of giving teachings of a letter to a good friend or so, maybe you're very eagerly to give the teaching, but the students, they're eagerly of not wanting to listen. So to give teachings to the sentient beings and explain clearly as well as with discriminative understanding for the sentient beings, this is because the person will be maintaining and protecting the Dharma. In fact, what we're doing is protecting the Dharma of Tathagata, the true Dharma of Tathagata. So the true offering is making Dharma offering, to listen to the mentoring class, tutoring class, participating in the discussion groups, listening to any classes are considered as offering of the Dharma. Nowadays, people would wrap lots of the Dharma offering symbols in their katas and continuously bowing to me. They think that is making offering. In fact, the true offering is reading, is chanting, is reciting the sutra. Lots of people get up really early in the morning and then they would practice in such a way. I feel very happy for all of those. Nowadays, we're in summer season over here, and it is in fact quite easy and pleasant to get up early in the summer. And when it comes in the winter, it's really cold and it's dark and you don't want to get up early anymore. When I watch some videos of Phuntsok Rinpoche's Dharma assembly video recordings, and I often think to myself that is the great ability of great bodhisattva, because nowadays such opportunity to gather large crowd to listening and practicing the Dharma is getting less and less. Majority of the people feel that as long as I'm eager to, then the external conditions will be fulfilled naturally, and they will just take it very willingly. And I myself, in fact, think it is really not that easy, because you need such great merit as well as the conditions to be filled. Just as Atisha's teacher, whose translator died, and he had to wander around on the Tibetan plateau without giving any teachings. So for some of our our Dharma teachers who go out, maybe you don't have such maybe you'll be like the guru of Atisha and wander around in large cities selling stock and making living in such a way without giving any Dharma teachings. Anyhow, this is called the offering of the Dharma. On one hand, our studying, contemplation, and practice of the Dharma, it generates great merit, and it is very meaningful and valuable. I think previously I also quoted from the Sutra of the 10 Chakras of Earth Store, where it says that in 10,000 million kalpas, a wise man diligently practices meditation and obtain the supreme wisdom of enlightenment, yet this merit cannot compare to that of protecting the Dharma. So the merit that generates from practicing meditation and obtain supreme wisdom of enlightenment, but this merit cannot be compared with protecting the Dharma, the truth of the Tathagata, taught by the Tathagata. So for those of you, do not belittle yourself and think that I am merely a lay practitioner. I only need to make my own living comfortable. You should not consider and think in such a narrow-minded way. You should not keep such a petty-minded aspiration. Rather, you should make great aspiration to protect the Dharma. And furthermore, when one practices as is explained in the Dharma, one will be in accordance with the 12 factors of causes and conditions, transcend the heterodox view, and attain forbearance of birthlessness of the Dharma. There is definitely no self and no sentient beings without retributive results of cause and conditions. There will be such a person, no disagreement, no contention, and transcendence of all qualities of self. So the person, such kind of person will then transcend the 12 factors of causes and conditions, and as a good practitioner, they can accept all kinds of causes and conditions, all kinds of phenomena that appears. They have great acceptance without having to fight for how the external phenomena would appear in front of them or manifest. That is by practicing in accordance with the 12 factors of cause and conditions. And then the next part talks about the 4 things to rely on, or 4 things not to rely. The first one is that the Mahayana practice or the Mahayana teaching should be should rely on the meaning of the Mahayana teaching, but not the words. It doesn't matter how flowery and how flattering your words are. The words is like the finger that's pointing to the moon, but it is not the moon, it is not the truth. So words are merely a tool, a skillful means, therefore you should not rely on such words. And the second one is that you will rely on wisdom, not knowledge. We should rely on the wisdom of the non-dual wisdom of the bodhisattvas, but not relying on our discriminative thoughts and knowledge and such kind of smartness, so to speak. And they should rely on the sutras of comprehensive meaning or the ultimate meaning, and not rely on the sutras of incomplete meaning. So you should not rely on the incomplete meaning or the relative meaning. You should rely on the comprehensive meaning, such as it is taught through Vimalakirti Sutra as well as Lotus Sutra. There are teachings in Buddhism where it says that killing of father and killing of mother will lead you to liberation. In fact, such words then lead to the meaning that is ultimate. So you should then first understand what the ultimate meaning is without relying on the incomplete meaning. Fourthly, they will rely on the Dharma and not rely on a person. It is important to rely on the teaching, but not rely on the person. There are people who said that Tibetan Buddhism is completely wrong, or rather the Tantrayana teachings is completely wrong because as it is stated by the Buddha that you should not rely on a person, you should not rely on a guru. But that is wrong because you're not relying on the person, you're relying on the guru's understanding and teaching of the Dharma. Therefore, it is still relying on the Dharma. Also, if you do not rely on the person first, how could you receive the Dharma that is taught through him? So, So it talks about the four things to rely on, and then the next one talks about they will be in accord with the characteristics of the Dharma. You have to then follow the Dharma in accordance with the characteristics of the Dharma. And once you understand such characteristic of the Dharma, without anywhere that is entered, without any refuge, without anywhere that is entered, that means it is without alaya. Some commentaries it is explained like that, and without any refuge, it means. Oh, in fact, without any refuge means without alaya, and without anywhere that is entered, then it is through the ultimate aspect, and it means to destroy the alaya. All the alaya of mundane beings can be transformed into wisdom, because the foundation of ignorance is alaya. So by destroying alaya, then you'll be able to attain wisdom. So ignorance will be thoroughly extinguished, and hence process will be thoroughly extinguished. So thus birth will be thoroughly extinguished, and hence old age and death will be thoroughly extinguished, just as in the 12 dependence is then going backwards. So once you have no birth, then there is no aging and death either. In such a way, if one performs such a contemplation, the 12 factors of cause and conditions will be without the characteristics of being exhausted. There is nothing that has such characteristic. And once you do not have such characteristic, how can you generate a view? So you should not have any view of emptiness or view of characteristics. And once attaining such kind of understanding, this is the most supreme offering of the Dharma. According to a sutra, it says that a Brahmin went to a relative's home, and the relative was not home. So while waiting for the relative, the Brahmin then asked for a book to read, a sutra to read. And he went into the forest and started reading about the sutra on the 12 causes and conditions. The first time reading this book, he did not understand at all, and so he then flipped through and read it the second time. He then understood part of it, and then he then understood this text, and he attained the realization of non-self, and he thought to himself that he had taken everything completely wrong. After understanding such a way, he gave the teaching of the 12 dependence or 12 factors of causes and conditions to others as well. So the 12 factors of causes and conditions is a very important teaching in the teachings of the Buddha. Within the Hinayana as well as Mahayana teachings, in fact, this is one of the most important teaching. Is one of the important teachings as well. Another aspect, another lesson that we can learn from this story is that sometimes through the first time reading a book, we do not understand it at all, or sometimes it takes 2 or 3 or many reads you'll be able to understand. In a book I wrote, it is an interview of 125 university students. Back in the 90s, there were a very small number of university students. But nowadays, there are many, many more university students nowadays. No, I'm only joking. The university students or graduates are still quite great nowadays. There are people who enter into Dharma because of the reading of Heart Sutra or the Diamond Sutra, or by meeting someone on the train and so on. So through different kind of causes and conditions, through different kind of textbooks and through different kind of people we meet, halfway through we in fact got in touch or made connections to the Dharma path. And although this is not the age of attaining fruition anymore, but still we are on the path of the Dharma. At least we are spared from the consequences that you may have chose for yourself, such as committed suicide and maybe have severe depression. Anyhow, for those of you who've gained lots of profit from the Dharma, I think whenever you have the opportunity, if you can offer the teachings that you've studied and that benefits you, then you can spread it to others. You can then share the teachings of what you've learned to others, even a person who's sitting beside you on the commute, and so on. And whatever you say, whatever kind of teaching that you share with others could be considered as Dharma offering as well. And maybe the person sitting beside you would attain arhathood first before you. I'm stressing on the point that you don't necessarily having to have a center first to be able to benefit others, to be able to make Dharma offerings and propagating the Dharma. We don't really have to propagate the Dharma just like making propagation of something that is not true. In fact, if the Dharma is not beneficial, why would we propagate the Dharma at all? We are propagating it, we're disseminating the good teaching only because it's good, only because it is beneficial and positive to other people's life. Let's just think about it. Some practitioners, they may be poor, but they're very happy. They live a very happy life. And there are people who are quite rich, but without being a practitioner, they suffer a lot in their mind. Sometimes when I encounter such people, I really feel that there are people who are rich and there are people who have lots of power. When I am introduced to such kind of people, I often think to myself, such people must carry lots of pressure and lots of anxiety, lots of arrogance and anxiety and pride. Is residing in lots of modern people's heart, and we need the Amrita medicine of the Dharma in this age more than ever. So that's something that you should all contemplate upon. And then, to continue, the Buddha told Indra and said that when Prince Moon Canopy heard this Dharma from the Medicine King Buddha, he attained the forbearance of compliance. So forbearance of compliance, in the commentary, some said that this is a stage that is attained before Bhumi, and some of the commentary stated that this is the fourth Bhumi attainment. Anyhow, after listening to it, the Prince Moon Canopy attained something and received some benefit. So forbearance of compliance, at that time he must be rather quite compliant and no longer arrogant than how he may used to be, because he was a prince of the universal monarch anyhow. Taking off his jeweled robe and bodily ornaments such as necklace and his earrings and bracelets, all of them, and then he offered them to the Medicine King Buddha and said to him, that world-honored one, after your nirvana, when you die or after you die, I will practice the offering of the Dharma and defend the correct Dharma. Because when the Buddha is still abiding in this world before entering into nirvana, the Prince Moon Canopy said that when you're still abiding in this world, you're the one who's propagating, but after you pass into parinirvana, then I will practice the offering of the Dharma. Just as Phuntsok Rinpoche said that after I die, maybe some of my disciples who have great devotion towards me, they will still live in Larungar. So similarly, the Moon Canopy Prince also said to the Buddha, saying that after your nirvana, I will practice the offering of the Dharma and defend the correct Dharma. So please use your numinous charisma and penetration, compassionately, so that I will be able to subjugate the vengeful Maras and cultivate practices of Bodhisattva. Please bless me, give me lots of blessings, so that I can then subjugate the vengeful Maras. Because at that time, the Tathagata has already passed into parinirvana, and then without your blessing, I will be very alone. Therefore, please grant your blessing so that I can subjugate the vengeful Maras during the propagation of your correct Dharma, as well as cultivate the practices of Bodhisattva to generate bodhicitta, great compassion. In fact, making such kind of aspiration to the masters, to the noble ones. In fact, this kind of aspiration is crucial. When Phuntsok Rinpoche was alive, I didn't dare to make such aspiration out loud, but in my heart, that is the kind of aspiration I made within my heart. The good teacher that you have, although as much as you want to be with such a good teacher forever, such a good teacher is also, it will enter into nirvana, will die eventually. So it is quite important to make such aspiration about knowing this, by then propagate the Dharma. In fact, building stupas and how to protect the bodily relics is not as important as protecting the relics of the Dharma teaching. So, knowing the profound thoughts in the Prince's mind, the Medicine Buddha made his prediction. At the very end, you will defend the Dharma city. According to the treatise on the common end of myriad good deeds, it says that material giving is like a lamp, which can only light up a small room, while giving of the Dharma is like the sun that can illuminate the whole world. So, protecting anything else is not as important or as great as if you can protect the Dharma city or defend the Dharma city. You can make a stupa, you can then protect the relics, but such kind of merit is just like a small light that can only light up a small room. But if you can make the offering of the Dharma, if you can give the Dharma, then the merit is just like the sun that can illuminate the whole world. You need to differentiate what is more important: to protect the Dharma teaching taught by the Tathagata and protect the lineage teaching by reciting, listening, and giving such teaching is of more importance than anything else material. The Buddha told the heavenly emperor, saying that Prince Moon Canopy, then he saw the purity of Dharma. Hearing the Buddha bestow a prediction of future Buddhahood on him, he then developed faith and left home after after cultivating good Dharma with exertion for not very long, he attained the 5 numinous penetrations, and very soon he became a bodhisattva. He attained dharani and unending eloquence. So at that time, during the abiding of the Tathagata, the Prince Moon Canopy attained such realization. And then after nirvana of that Buddha, using the power of numinous penetration, dharani, the eloquence that he had attained, he disseminated the wheel of Dharma that Medicine King Buddha had turned for a full 10 short kalpas. In fact, in some commentaries, in some translations, it says it is for 10 medium kalpas. So he propagated such teachings for a long period of time, and at that time they had long lifespans. Not only they made offering for 5 medium kalpas, and he gave teachings. He made offering with his father for 5 kalpas. He made offering with his brothers for 5 kalpas, and he then turned the wheel of Dharma for 10 medium kalpas. So that's 20 medium kalpas together. That's a long period of time. But people's life, our mundane people's life nowadays is quite short. 5 years pass by, another 5 years pass by very quickly. Through his diligent practice and exertion in defending the Dharma, in that lifetime, Moon Canopy Bhikshu converted 1,000,000 kotis of people. So within just a short period of lifetime, because of his exertion and diligence, he then converted 1,000,000 kotis of people who became irreversible in their quest for Anattara Samyuk Sambodhi. And 14 ayutas of people generated the profound inspiration to become Shravakas and Pratika Buddhas.
力是什么意思？可以吧？这样，反正是意思是这样的，但不知道这个词句是什么。那你们看吧，好吧。
Did I explain it correctly? So 14 Nayutas of people. According to the Tibetan version, it says it's 10 Nayutas. Is it 10? 10 ayutas of people generated the profound inspiration to become Shravakas and Pratika Buddhas. Immeasurable sentient beings gained birth in the heavens. In the Tibetan version, it says that they gained birth in the 3 higher realms, such as Ashura and human and celestial beings. But over here, it says that they gain birth in the heavens or in the celestial realm. So, the Moon Canopy Bodhisattva. And then the Buddha said, Indra was not the Prince Jewel Canopy of that time an unusual person. Do not take him as someone normal or someone mundane. As of now, he has attained Buddhahood and is entitled Jewel Mirage Tathagata. Those 1,000 princes became the 1,000 Buddhas of Vajrakalpa, or the Kalpa of all good. The first achieved Buddhahood as Krakuchandra, that's the first one, and the last one will be the Tathagata named Roka or Ruchi. That's the last Tathagata of the 1,000 Buddhas. In fact, the moon canopy was I myself. So that is Shakyamuni Buddha. When he was moon canopy princess, he made such great offering, and he made such great practice. Thus, heavenly Emperor Indra, you should understand this essential point. Out of all the offerings, the offering of Dharma excels all. It is supreme, incomparable. In Tibetan version, it has more than most, so it has many more descriptions of its supremacy of the Dharma offering. So in Tibetan it says the greatest, the most supreme, the most noble, and most so many more descriptions. Therefore, Indra, you should use the offering of the Dharma to make offering to the Buddhas. In fact, making offering of material is really good. Making offering to the Buddha, to the Bodhisattva, to the your guru, if you can make offering, that's great. And the best way is to make offering of Dharma offering. Yesterday, someone made a confession to me with tears in their eyes, saying that I would never make material offering again. I will only make Dharma offering from now on. I only get to know the how supreme the Dharma offering is till now. So that ends, concludes the 13th chapter. In the Tibetan translation, it has 12 chapters in total, which combines the Bodhisattva chapter and Disciple chapter together. In the Chinese translation, it is divided into two, and this 13th chapter and 14th chapter is also combined together in combined together in the Tibetan version. So Zhi Qian's version as well as Xuanzang's version is very similar to the Kumarajiva's version, but the Tibetan version is very similar to the Sanskrit version. So I would like to make such note because the content is very much similar, except the how it is divided into different chapters are different. Back in 2017, I in fact looked back into the Tibetan version and the Chinese version. I thought to myself, is it going to have lots of differences? But later on, I realized that the content is very much similar, except how the chapters are divided. Some of the places have some differences, and maybe the translations are done through different copies. So there are different copies, different editions, and different understanding through the different translators. So there are some differences, and we should then accept such small, minor differences, as long as there's no major differences. So we conclude this chapter today, and we have one chapter left, and we'll have the class on next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we'll have a very simple offering, which then will conclude and will celebrate the 66 classes that we've had that completes the entire teaching of the Malakirti Sutra. For those of you who listen to this teaching and who then have groups to listen together, then you can prepare maybe a candy and a soft drink. over here you should not buy much stuff, otherwise we have too much. But we will then make a short talk offering to show our gratitude towards the protectors who protected us to completely finish our teaching smoothly, and gratitude towards the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' blessings through the practice of ring of blessings of 7-line prayer. Lidam Yurman Derje Linamalem Tulajam Jitin Doanam Saya Chetara Palamochi Machapabshanam Yarla Nam Kara Topa Mehtarabshed Jangam Jundam Shonam Chatsam Baran So Dungalarata Tagalam Joa Kam Godajam Joa Tamchadalana Pambarabshed Shanchib Shadabayon Zofshidjan Simjana Dagab Shotam Tambaranji Zambo Shadapatana Raptunanja Maom Karabak and Dub Shadabarabjer Dagab Shadam Sombarakam Shadaba Dedatana Tagatam Jobarasho Litang Namatana Simjija Shadaba Tagatam Olam Chitabshed Dagalam Pambaram Dulbub Jobu Tagab Zambum Shadabarab Tumbanam Tetagataya Tagata Chalaparasho Tetagab Dagin Amayam Yadamagayon Sardi Jim Kurvim Gumbo Namam Gumsamam Tagadab Dagim Jalavata Mawam Karapak and the Machover Tetagalayam Churba Jachirabja Jaravanam Jetambo Chumzananjam Shanchab Churabak and then now where she lives on Bob Churpan and Berb Jawaya Maom Karapak and the Shalaparabja Talapatam Chalatayam Korwanam Sunamayishi Mazalavni Taptanga Sherabatam Zananam Tarata Yundanan Kanje Mazalam Zotajer Darjitana Daranila Janamante Jantir Samji Machab Sardinam Sardete Winam Zipalap Shantabab Shalabab Jojam Tavarabja Tetaramali Tamchila Shosaya Jadzamam Chula Dixamam Salanjalaje Sardi Jamsu Janam Jamsu Karpa Jamsuru Chujarabtamji Sonchi and Laga Jamsu Jakaleji Jalava Kanayan Laganam Dabam Doak and James Samba Janaya Sardi Son La Tatam Juparabji Tisamam Shakpa Jaravatam Jalatan Kurlum Saranamaratam Kurvaya Tetagaya Soyam Abzalalam Loy Tobjib Dakajam
Raptam Ji Ma Om Karapatam Chilim Ji Parayam Kachi Chikim Dakjam Ji Parabja Kayam Karapati Saman Salate Kachi Chashi Jina Ji Parabshin Tilsamam Shagba Maya Sange Kan Teta Kachi Chilam Dakifta Stata Teta Kanaf Shuyala Jamara Kirpanam Tarato Jimji Kaya Disama Taka Jam Gorapa Teta Darji Tanta Mumbara Jab Teta Malim Shognam Tamchada Taka Janam Kolamji Kaya Mapshin Jitin Germanam Shanchabaram Baram Sanjam Kordom Koram Yanganam Di Parapta Jam Tartun Gumbo Kanji Ronta Damcho Kandam Yermim Zimchuluton Namadan Kani Goye Takaput of Dada Kanda Yondan of Shulput on Namada Kanda Chapab Shamba Takatub Kanim Givim Sunamat of Dagadan Chakpami Parachirpa Yeshit of Sherabat have done Tamzan of Dagaki Shanchabat on Namayan Tagab Parabshed Legit on Namayon Tagab Shilejam Yumot on Namakandam Jumper of Shileb that yet on Namato Miller of Shilejam Zombo Shulput on Zopper of Dear Janama Jamso number of Shilejam Simchina Jamso Tana number Chunama Jamso Raptam Tom Shilejam Yeshi Jamso Rapta Toppershel Shurpa Jamso number of Shilejam Molama Jamso Yonsa Zopershel Sardi Jamso Raptam Chup Shilejam Karpa Jamsur Mocho of Jabberj Kaya Desamar Sherpa Jaravaya Shanchib Shurpa Molam Shetanam Zambo Shurpim Shanchib Sardine Tekanam Dagi Malim Zoperj Jarava Kanje Tijatopa Kanga Mana Kantab Zamjipsha Tetam Somper Japur Gawan the Tagatam Chadar after Vno Litang Arta Yirchanam Tagajam Shurpanam Tagajana Mayon Tagapa Vno Zambum Kipan Chandrawa Temder Tagajan Tetam Somper Show Kanigi Wab Zambur Jalbur Sharan Jawalatina Molamam Jadaparav Mawam Karapa Kanta Macho Te Shama Mali Zoparav Tagna Sayuda Makaraji, Undanan John Sabzon Salmeli Palan in Naja, Tetagam Charpa, Tamchadam Salavarabja, Namkim Tarti Chirpa, Chatsambara, Simchana Malim Tayan, Devjanande, Chatsamali Tam Yomon Tajarabab, Daka Molam Tayan, Tezamo. Kayam Shukji Janam Taiba, Renchinam Gentil Jalavanam Lapal, Tatam Yev Devam Chognamaja, Jangab Demir Karparam Paravavi, Kangim over Jerpun the two names, Shanchibam Chok, Jisur Motion, Lanchigamiam Tarpat Yerpana, so Namandambum Chotam Damjero. Kangi Zamshun Mulam and the Tabi, Dinang and Son Tamchada Bavaram Yer, Dina Chopung and Baravayan, now I'm tired, they are them Yerim. Tetagan yet param yet they were and so, and same the Rea, Tetagan Para, Cantab Zampo, they are Chendaver. Around Puramatoga Tipshinam Yer, Samilang Apotaka, Dipanama, Kanga, Meshi, one give she patter, Dave Zampo, Shurpan, the Judanam, Yerta Mali, also shower and Yer. Yeshi Donna Zitan, Sanamada, Ritan, Kataganam, Tam, Beram Yer, the Tam. Martamambu Timatab, Jitinism book and Nam Chilperimger. Shanchivisha one from the Dimirim Do, Sony Simchanam Hamshire, Tim Thursday, Shanchipus or Jim Corlor at the Kuru, the Namadam Chipa Tamchadabtan, Kayam Zambo Shirpa, Molamanda, Chawatan, Tuntamendo Naya. They number Mamba, San Jim Chenam, Shanchevin, Chola, Somnia, Mapshidji, Jamhola, Chitrim Kimbada, Gandub, Zambuti, Division and they Tarakan Jisam, Daglo Shirer, gave them the Tagatam Chadar after Vno. Isam Sherpa, Jaratam Chadaji, Moa, Kandam, Chota, Merbate, Daka gave us and the Kananja, Zambo, Jub Shirer after more of you. Chivim deep shilla jirpana, Japatam jetatanam shamsalati, Monsamana wam taim tim tone, Deva chanje jantarabdum dru. Tirson in the Mullaman the Tagajam, Tamchidamali Muntan Girvarasho, Tetagamalib the king of Gam, Jitin and Chit the Simpson and Pabra. Jim Kurov Jean Gavatir, Pamotam Bakantam Zilish, now I'm the Jeremy Monsamandum, long time by on the Ketirtujo. Ternam the gay long tenor up to the name, Japan on board Shiva Chabra. Simpson and La Pamba Montbobje, Zombo Sherpa Mullamentum by Giwa Jones, the love the king, Chapsaba, Tenam drove a Mullam and Giwa, Namacachi, Chiki, Tamchadam Jurvarisho, Kayam Zombo Sherpa. Drive them, Madame Shiver of Shawanam, or the Wagamil Panir about Operation. Mullam Gerbo, the Ton Chaka, so Tain, do I can laugh and see the jam. Cantab Zambo, Jambu, Jean Travesti, Nanson in the Mamali, Sanjir, Shanlabadan, Junilla Mandir, Dimbush and Lavada, Gimdana Mapshal and Dumbush and Lavaje, Chataramo, and Monam and Deparation. Tariata Pantan and Jaya, Awambudana Zohai, Pami Tiji, Durji, Dunjum Jib, Jalapanamar, Lira Lamberger, Montolantaripa, what Jim Shim, Jimmy the Penzo, Javla, Survan, David Tiger Gomb, Shanlavan Laji, Tiela Chitam, Deeper of Shinjilo, Sorta Yeton, Donme, Ransalanga Millet, and Kim the Pambam Jova, Sasama Jala, Yamsun Cheniji, Geda, Shinchin and Papa, Shipa, Salam, Mila Jamsura, Nova, Yam Tagamdra, Tapa Yashi, Lawan, Choks of Jam, Soshalam, Deeper Yam Jeraton, Jonki, Gibson, Mala, Soravan, Devakat, Sim, and Durji, she served and Chanim, Zarbi, Shokjam, Korolo, Chavim, Sangamay, Tamjo, Pande, Ranta, John Jerry, Javni, Jerva, take Zamo, Tant, Danatam, Jamzu, Nim Tir, Tobayo, Mela Hassan, Rimburim, Dotonam Japa, Gameson, Barajer, Lapa, Samandan, Narme, and Zambayam, Deeper, Sochi, named the Yonka, Jean, Tata, Shelajev, Shavi, Telamti, Var. Tartanam Shagam Tarab Jeep Chashi Om Banzara Gare Palma Sada Om
诸供养中，法供养最圣最妙，第一无比。那接下来呢，开始我们的法供养的环节。